Today is Wednesday, March 18, 2024. Evening the work Dex 45 minutes of this presentation about Liberia, Africa, and elsewhere. My name is Henson Deck, representing in the Alliance. House of Representatives takes a majority vote on the resolution to establish the World and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia, but name County Senator Prince Johnson describes the establishment of such court as a violation of the amnesty law and threat to the country's peace. For violations of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia, the Environmental Protection Agency funds its international company $55,000 for thus the closure of the International Rock Quarry. Unity Party Chairman Reverend Luther Pape refutes media reports that he led an array of party executives to forcefully take over the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, says they have gone to deliver a letter from President Joseph Boakai. And away from Liberia, Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo says he would not approve the anti-gay bill recently passed by Parliament until the Supreme Court rules on its constitutionality, according to the BBC. The details of these developments, news bulletin, the voices of the newsmakers post are anticipated on today's edition of the news program. We take a break to rejoin you. Thanks for rejoining us. Up next is Olivia Bound with the news bulletin. Good evening.
Good evening, Henson. Good evening to all. The primary House of Representatives has overwhelmingly voted on a resolution calling for the establishment of a war and economic squad in Liberia. The resolution followed a result among South District Number 3 Representative Sumumoba and co-sponsored by Representative Kolupad and several others. Representative Sumumoba and his co-sponsors in the bill submitted to the House of Representatives stated that people who committed crimes against humanity must account for their actions. The bill further that in order to have a reconciled society, the establishment of the court must not be seen as a target for certain individuals. Representative Waba and colleagues argued that the unprecedented call for the quote establishment is a clear indication that victims of human rights abuses in the civil war do not support perpetrators looking around with impunity. Despite the women vote for the passage of the resolution, it is established that majority of the Napa County lawmakers did vote for the resolution, with the exception of Representative Tara Wangwe in the resolution, Representative Sabine Nekoge and others have dissenting views. Representative Bedete and his colleagues from Neighbor County argued the bill is in good faith, but time was needed to review it for informed decision making. The Neighbor County District Number 10 lawmaker further disclosed that many of them campaigned on the basis of consulting their constituents before making decision. Representative Bedete believes that revision of the previous documents as it relates to the establishment of the quote is cardinal before affixing their signatures to the same document. The Environmental Protection Agency has fined its international company $55,000 for violations of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia. The EPA has also stated its international fund and government revenue at the Liberia community with an official receipt presented to EPA within 72 hours, according to the acting executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Emmanuel Yapolo. Its international offenses include operating under an expired environmental permit in violation of Part 3 Section 6 of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia, and Section 37 of the EPA Act of 2003. Dr. Yapawolo also named air pollution along the RIA in violation for Section 36 of the EPML, as well as failure to regularly suppress dust along the RIA road corridor, which violates Section 5.2.9 of the Environmental Permit. The acting EPA boss told a press conference on Tuesday that its international is requested to renew its expired permit and follow all the environmental protection laws of Liberia. At the same time, the Environmental Protection Agency has ordered the closure of Central International Rock Quarry for violating the protection and management law of Liberia until a more sustainable method is approved by the EPA. EPA boss Dr. Emmanuel Yapawolo said the agency has investigated the activities of Central International, an affiliate of its International, which operates a rock quarry in Benstown, Matabele County. The report from the investigation showed that Fengshao has unsustainably backfilled a portion of the marshal wetland without reference to the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia, among other offenses. According to Dr. Yapawolo, these acts by Fengshao International violates Part 6, Section 75 of the Environmental Protection and Management Laws, which calls for the protection of rivers, lakes, and wetlands. In another development, the Environmental Protection Agency has fined Watts Incorporated 2,999 United States dollars to be paid in government revenue at the Liberian Revenue Authority within 72 hours. According to the acting executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Emmanuel Yapawolo, the fine is in reaction to the violations of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia, including illegal mining without EPA's permit. Dr. Yapawolo admitted that Quad does not have a permit from the EPA and it is conducting unsustainable beach science mining along the coast, amongst other violations of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia. He said findings of an EPA's investigation report identified that Quartz Mining Corporation Incorporated, a company partly owned by a Liberian, is heavily involved in the mining, buying, and processing of zircon at their facility without any authorization from the EPA. The findings also established wanton issues of environmental degradation taking place along the coastal habitat of the West Point community and the facility of these actions by the management of floods, according to Dr. Emmanuel Yapawolo, contravene Part 3, Section C of the EPML and Section 37 of the Environmental Protection Agencies Act. Meanwhile, the EPA issued a restoration order with a cost not less than 12,999 United States dollars that will be instituted and communicated to the management of Quartz Mining Company. Dr. Yapawolo spoke Tuesday at his first major press conference at the EPA Louisville. Unity Party's national chairman, Reverend Luther Torgbean, has dispelled media reports that he led an array of party executives to forcefully take over the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. Reverend Torgbean clarified that he and Commerce Minister Amin Moda, Wapolo County Senator Boto Kane, and some executives have gone to present a letter signed by President Joseph Boakai for the management requested that consider Murphy Kane takes over as officer in charge of the institution. Chairman Tapper said the claim that he is manipulating the forceful takeover of Councillor Kynan as politically motivated, adding Murphy Kynan has been nominated by the president as officer in charge of NASCO. According to him, Unity Party is running a responsible government and is now in the business of violating the constitution of the country as being said by people he referred to as distractors. At the same time, Chairman Luther Tabet said investigative reports from committees set up to probe into the alleged deduction of 1,000 United States dollars from the money for the inauguration into 15 counties will be out this Wednesday. According to him, reports will be provided to the public as means of vindicating him of allegation of corruption. Meanwhile, the Unity Party's national chairman has clarified that his recent trip to the United States was not as a result of his dissatisfaction with President Joseph Boakai as remote in the public. He said his trip to the US was in fulfillment of a promise to take his family for vacation after the elections and the UP's subsequent victory, and not as a result of an internal wrangling. President Joseph Boakai has pledged to enhance the capacity of the Liberian National Police by providing essential resources necessary for ensuring security for both Liberians and foreign nationals. During the ribbon cutting ceremony for a new police booth at Boulevard Junction in Town, President Boakai addressed the critical deficiencies faced by the LNP in fulfilling its statutory duties. He affirmed his administration's commitment to engaging with international partners and allies to address these shortcomings. Speaking earlier, Police Inspector General Colonel Gregory Coleman outlined plans to replicate similar booths across Monrovia and other regions, enhancing surveillance and security measures. The European Union Election Observation Mission to Liberia has flagged the concerning issues of low women's participation in politics in Liberia, despite initiatives such as a soft quota in the national legislature and voluntary commitments from political parties. The EU said only 15.5% of candidates in the recent elections were women. Highlighting challenges, the EU mission noted the lack of adequate financing and fear of violence, which hindered women from effectively campaigning, evident in the newly elected legislators, where only 10% are women. The Minister of Mines, Energy and Natural Resources has vowed to cancel all Class C mining licenses that are working at the detriment of the country. Speaking during his taking over ceremony at the ministry on Tuesday, Minister Wemot Pace said Liberia should not be struggling in the midst of abundant natural resources. Minister Pace told that the issue of Class C license holders doing business at the detriment of the country is creating crisis in the mineral sector, disclosing that all licenses will be reviewed under his watch. A Bonn County District Number 7 representative for the family has vowed to ensure that justice prevails for victims of the Liberian Civil War. A statement from the Office of Representative Family quotes the lawmaker as saying he signed the resolution to ensure that the War and Economic Crimes Squad is established in Liberia. The release quotes the lawmaker as stating that the establishment of the quad is the surest way of ensuring that justice is dispensed. Riverside County Senator Yvonne Smith has termed the operations of Western Cluster as a cartel that must be broken, making his position on the investigation to quote, multi specialized committee set up by that body Senator Samuel said it is unthinkable that agencies of government responsible for concession activities cannot provide contractual documents between the government and Western cluster. She lamented that with the current situation the Western region is faced with, the Senate must act swiftly to avoid further damaging things about the country. Away from Liberia, Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo has said he will not assent to an anti-gay bill until the Supreme Court rules on its constitutionality. Earlier, the finance ministry warned that billions of dollars in world bank funding could be lost if it became law. Passed by MPs last week, it imposes a jail time of up to 3 years for identifying as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, asexual, and others 5 years for promoting their activities. So I can say that's a news bulletin.
Thanks to leave alone for the news bulletin, the foreign development. The news bulletin is a regular feature on the news program. News desk, if you're just joining us, one of the top developments we are following, Unity Party Chairman Luka Tapper refutes media reports that he had an arid of party executives to forcefully take over the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. Says they have gone to deliver a letter from President Joseph Boakai as blinking voices of newsmakers. Nimba County Senator Prince Johnson has described as a potential threat to the peace of Liberia. President Joseph Boakai would not support the establishment of what an economic transport in Liberia. According to Senator Johnson, any attempt by the Unity Party-led government to give attention to the establishment of war crimes court in Liberia ex-fighters was taken in their own defense.
All Liberians, they should pray. They should pray for continuous peace that we have enjoyed for 20-something years due to the amnesty law that was passed and printed into the practice and all was guaranteed by this amnesty law. Yes, the time has come for President Joseph Boakai and his team is an NGO who is looking for cases all over the world and failed to go to Israel to find out what is happening between the Palestinians and the Israelites. It worries me because it disrupts our peace. The intended reason for a disruption will be difficult to end because those men that went to attack Ghana, I was not there. I only come for 9 months. And I have every document, I have everything available to show you that the TRC is a woman government. If you want to bring the war council and targeting me, every media, bring Johnson.
Are you the one that generous to a lie? I mean, all the people participating in the war?
It's for me every time, in every news media. There are other generals, there are other colonels, there are other majors, there are other officers who present and work along with the commanders. And they are the opportunity right now to speak to you. For the time I didn't work in, but the time I video, the subcommittee was exposed and consultative meetings have been going on. And if you're not afraid of disruption and you want to talk about the peace of the nation by removing the amnesty law and contending for fun, those guys that are still alive in the interior who are doing the whole business, they're doing business, and that's still out there for you to go after them. True. Labor country have more generals, Labor country have more officers, more contractors, because it was their county that was declared enemy of the state and the past and the regime got more Americans there who liberated not only the country but Liberia.
At the same time, the Minima County lawmakers Ali White, a blue advocate to stop going after African leaders alone, but to also consider the worst in other nations like Israel and Ukraine. Still in more development on the news program, Unity Party National Chairman Reverend Luther has dispelled media reports that he led a raid of party executives to forcefully take over the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation NASCO. Reverend Dr. clarified that he and Commerce Minister Animoda Bakulu County Senator Khan and some executives have gone to present a letter signed by President Joseph Walker to the management that consider what he can takes over as officer in charge of the institution. Chametape said they claim that he is manipulating the forceful taking over of Kansanen is politically motivated.
On the issue yesterday, it's important that people try to politicize everything. Councilor Murphy Cannon was given a letter signed by the president of the republic. And as the tradition has always been, whenever any of our designated leaders are taking over an entity, the chairman of the party and all the well wishes to which him well. So yesterday I was at a school where I was flagged by the new managing director for NPA, having our first interaction with the leaders and the ordinary workers of the poor. And I got a call from Chametape, Councilor Murphy is taking over, and we need you to come and raise the occasion. And I, along with Senator Moy, with the Minister for Commerce, and Senator Cannon from Bakulu, who were permanent party leaders who went there yesterday, for Councilor Murphy to send the letter to the leadership that had been putting around managing the regional Islamic safety. It was just a presentation of a letter from the president of the Republic of Liberia. And I was thinking about the response. And people insinuating that we went there to forcefully. That is completely lies. That's what I got a truth in that. We went there to forcefully take over. And with the president's signature, why do you see any altercation? When we were told yesterday, Chairman, the senator, is led the minister of ministry to that all the e-mention. That's okay. We'll go there and make sure that happens. And we'll walk to there. You're a journalist, you saw us out of it. Whoever did it before, knowing that if that is the procedure, we are allowed to follow that. And then again, that we will forcefully take over. If you don't have that kind of courage, there's several political institutions, we just went there to carry on a responsibility. But I'm thinking about the level of behavior. I saw them. And one of them, I annoyed with him when he said, I don't even know whether the secretary is from the president. You see the national the party sitting there, and you're not to one of the signatories from the president. You have to learn to leadership. If you don't understand the process, if you listen to our mission, we're there to hold you to that. Not to forcefully take over the institutions.
At the same time, Chairman Tuppett said investigative reports from committees set up to probe into the alleged reduction of $1,000 on the morning for the inauguration in the 15 counties this Wednesday. According to him, the report will be provided to the public as being authenticating him of allegation of corruption.
In the past few months, there have been a lot of rumors about me. You just say that, but I want you to talk about it when the funding is $365,000 was given the party for the celebration. They already sent the 3 digits. There was outrageous accusation that the chairman took $1,000 each for himself. It's not unfortunate. My character that I've built for many years to know me and the ethical principles that I stand for, to know that people are running for a governor with someone else's character is unfortunate. And we understand that's politics in this country. We are very good at dragging good me in the mud, but I can tell you, I will not be deterred in serving my country in the role that I am. And I'm here today to let the public know that those who are running, those that are lives, It still happened the one nowadays. It still happened. It's the past I've never seen in my life. I've been my life. I've become very successful in the work that I do. If I get to national politics, my diving into politics was on the basis of love for country. I didn't come to be an additional thief for Liberia. I came to render services and show that not all Liberians are corrupt. And so I wanted to provide that clarity. The money in question, $365,000 that was collected by the party was paid here at the headquarters, not the national elected treasurer of our party. And so, as the chairman of the party, I never even saw or even witnessed how the money was being dispersed. The records are there that each county leadership, not even one person, each county leadership came to the party headquarters and collected the money, and from here they took flight directly to their counties, and I never saw them until after the inauguration. But some unscrupulous fellows in the corner wanted to lay my name, align my name with corruption because they know who I am. They check everywhere. They try to develop a diabolical story to lie.
The voice of the chairperson of the Unity Party, Reverend Luther Tape. The plenary of the House of Representatives has overwhelmingly voted on a resolution calling for the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia. The resolution followed the bill sponsored by Montserrat County District 3 Representative Small Mobile and co-sponsored by Representative Yaki Kolba and several others. Representative Small Mobile and his co-sponsors and the bills related to the House of Representatives stated that people who committed crimes against humanity must account for their actions. In the wake of the situation, with the exception of Representative Taiwan, with who signed the resolution, Representative Musa Bedete and others have dissented views. Representative Bedete and his colleagues from Nima County argued that the bill is in good faith, but time was needed to review it for informed decision making.
I speak up. I want to speak up. Fellow colleagues, with the movement, I really ready to vote if the movement can incorporate this comment I'm about to make. The document signed by our colleagues congratulate the sponsors of it to say that finally the country has mustered the courage to seek justice for those that have, you know, in the last 30 years. Yes, I will vote if this motion, if we are allowed time to peruse this in order to give ourselves the opportunity to ensure that this resolution is in compliance with our previous actions as legislature and that it is in compliance with the laws of the Republic of Liberia. This is a state resolution, and we must make sure that they are made without loopholes that will put a damper in the work when it starts. So giving us at least 1 week to review this document so that everything that concerns us can be incorporated into it, and so that the work of the legislature has been passed on this issue can also be incorporated. I'll be ready to vote to the movement. See an amendment in there. Honorable Kumo. Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, let me first of all congratulate our police on this resolution. However, I will be ready to vote. Given the implication of this resolution, if the movement, if the motion can be amended so that we can send the resolution to the judicial committee for appropriate review and action.
Voices of lawmakers from the House of Representatives, including Nima County District 7 Representative Musa Beleti. The European Union election aspiration mission to Liberia has flagged the concerning issue of lower women's participation in politics in Liberia. Despite initiatives such as a soft quota in the national legislature and voluntary commitments from political parties, the EU said only 15.5% of candidates in the recent elections were women, highlighting challenges the EU mission noted the lack of adequate financing and fear of violence, which hindered women from effectively campaigning, evident in newly elected legislators where only 10% are women. Addressing these issues, the EU Election Observation Mission presented 22 recommendations to the Liberian government at a press conference Tuesday in Monrovia.
Going to say also that the representation of women in politics is very low in Liberia, not in these elections. Despite the significant information, however, what is going to movement by political parties to ensure 10% of women on their candidates list, only 15.5% of the candidates women, and around 10% of the new elected legislators are women. I also part of our recommendation. We need to say the finding we made 22 recommendations to improve the way elections are conducted in Liberia, but we also analyzed it in the two recommendations into 6 priority recommendations. This recommendation is to focus on the overall regulating the conduct of elections in Liberia. These exceptions to the rules the electoral process and guarantee to vote and vote protecting over the way. And why is that? Provides a reasonable basis for the conduct of democratic elections is characterized by shortcomings in various areas, such as particularly establishment of political party, requirement for expression of candidates, formal elections for the right to see effective legal remedies. The Commission recommends the state authorities provide relatively timely financial resources, which would correspond to the legal and operational responsibility and would ensure its necessary independence and efficiency. Third, approaches might be discouraged by long distances to registration centers and cumbersome procedures for corrections of their data.
A representative from the European Union Election Observer in Liberia. President Joseph Boak has pledged to enhance the capacity of the Liberia National Police by providing essential resources necessary for ensuring security for both Liberians and foreign nationals. During the ribbon cutting ceremony for the new police booth at Boulevard Junction in Kankatan, President Boak addressed the critical deficiencies faced by the LMP in fulfilling its statutory duties.
First, thank you. I think this is a new era. We want to improve the performance of the police and the security of the citizens and people who are the police have almost everything, but we are determined. But they have a good friendship to make sure we want to see our police well dressed, well represented, respected to protect the public. So this goes a long way and told me there are many more. So I want to thank you for this, and I want to thank Foreman for bringing dignity back to the police. I just want to promise you that we're going to work with you and make sure that the police respect the police will be visible, the police will have a lot of equipment coming, and we need to protect. So I just want to say thank you to the donors. I want to say thank you for the image you're bringing back to the police. I want to let all the officers know that we'll go a long way making sure that you be that police that will represent us. Thank you so much.
Speaking earlier, Police Inspector General Colonel Gregory Coleman outlined plans to replicate similar booths across Moravia and other regions using surveillance and security measures.
One of the issues that where we have police visibility problems are already the our communities will increase our presence, and we're just looking for key traffic spots to have proper representation. So I engaged the Sabi group. They brought up this concept, we will be working along with them to replicate it all over the city first, and then start moving the new war era. So it's an honor to have you here. Your team is right back here. All of those who have supported the project. So these are all the members of the team that have supported this initiative, and the other future ones to come as well. So it's indeed an honor, sir.
The voice of Police Inspector General Colonel Gregory Coleman Elliott was the voice of the President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Human Boyka. The Environmental Protection Agency has fined East International Company $55,000 for violations of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia. The EPA has also mandated East International to pay the fine in government revenue at the Liberia Revenue Authority with an official receipt presented to the EPA within 72 hours, according to the acting executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Emmanuel Yapawo. East International's offenses include operating an expired environmental permit in violation of Part 3, Section 6 of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia and Section 37 of the EPA Act of 2003.
The EPA has cataloged a series of non-compliance by East International. One, operating on an expired environmental permit. This is about Part 3, Section 6 of the Environmental Protection Management of Liberia, or EPML, and Section 7 of the EPA Act of 2003, air pollution. This is a violation of 4, Section 36 of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia. Number 3, failure to regulate fresh dust along the road. This is violation of Section 5.2, Count 9 of the Environmental Permit and is subject to punitive measures consistent with Section 112 of the EPML. In lieu of these violations, each international is hereby fined 55,000 United States dollars to be paid in government revenue at the Liberia Revenue Authority (LRA) with an official receipt presented to EPA within 72 hours of the receipt of the official letter from the EPA. East International is also requested to renew its expired permit and follow all environmental protection laws of Liberia. Meanwhile, the EPA has investigated the activities of Venture International, an affiliate of East International, incorporated a quarry event down by the County. The report from the investigation showed that Venture has also celebrated high-filled portion of the Marshall Wetlands without reference to the EPML. The findings revealed the following. One, Venture International filled and constructed a 2-kilometer road through the Marshall Wetland. Number 2, Venture International extended a rock quarry into the wetland. Number 3, Venture International filled and constructed a rock slip within the wetland. The acts by Venture International violate Part 4, Section 75 of the EPML, which calls for the protection of rivers, lakes, and wetlands. Consequently, Venture International rock quarry is hereby ordered closed until a more sustainable method is approved by the EPA.
In another development, the Environmental Protection Agency has fined Quartz Incorporated $2,900 United States dollars to be paid in government revenue at the Liberia Revenue Authority within 72 hours. According to the Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Emmanuel Yapawo, the fine is in reaction to the violations of the Environmental Protection Agency and Management Law of Liberia, including illegal mining without EPA permit. Staying more developments on the new program, Riverside County Senator Jeevan Smith has termed the operations of Western Cluster as a cartel that must be broken, making his position on the investigation report from the specialized committee set up by that body. Senator Smith said it is unthinkable that agencies of government responsible for concession activities cannot provide the contractual documents between the government and Western Cluster.
On the issue of what is happening to our connecting with quote-unquote investors, reducing the government activities will give to millions more than Western cluster was about cartel. Where did the word that the sacred instrument will be uttered by enemy? One, two, where did the word set the coordinate to count the view of their conception? What they say that the ministry of mines or the justice ministry of the country cannot bring the agreement or the executive branch. And everybody's telling as though they don't know what was they should. The ministry, you expect the company to be assume themselves, what? Then I want this now of the company to bring their own agreements or the view of the legislature. The company is a part of our budget or legislative instruments should come through the executive for review. They found that your body could even comprehend or think that there is untimely that affects the lives of people that should be revealed. And everybody said, I do nothing or be a cancer is all.
At the same time, Grand Jita County Senator Thomas Yaya Damon says Grand Gibbon County is post-West earthquake due to the level of man activities of the mountain. Senator Naaman noted that his prediction is based on the videos in his possession from the operations of the mountain in the county.
7 kilometers, 10 kilometers of tunnels, gross like tunnels on a cable car. I mean, cars and trucks are rolling down into those tunnels. There is no other country in this country. Even because that has people are digging. And so the citizens come out and say, listen up. We have nothing. And they go into the streets because the Constitution says that a white man will come to this country, give us few dollars, exploit our resources, and keep the citizens at a destitute. How many times are we going to experience this? We keep coming, bombing here, but the other here is now in session. We have to manage it. We have to watch it every step. We're breaking down the people houses in my life before that. And then you go to bring you put two family in one car.
For his part, local county Senator Momo Cyrus has taken calls for thorough investigation of the operations of Western Cluster in Liberia.
It is my imagination to see a foreign company violently enter. It is my imagination. They might have reasons that have got some back somewhere. And for giving the service market talking to the point of who it is coming. Then I will like raise back and whatever they are doing, how to be the executive in the legislative community. Somebody or something. So you know, people are there to restore this market. Let's investigate against the
The voice of County Senator Momo Cyrus added listening to Senator Thomas Yaya Naaman of Nigeria County and Senator Wellington Jeevan Smith of Riverside County, bringing us to the end of today's edition of the news program. News desk, as we take leave of you, these are the top stories we have been following on today's edition of the news program. House of Representatives takes major vote on the resolution to establish the World and Economic Crimes Court for Liberia. But Nema County Senator Prince Johnson describes the establishment of such court as a violation of the amnesty law and threat to the country's peace. For violations of the Environmental Protection and Management Law of Liberia, the Environmental Protection Agency finds East International Company 55,000 United States dollars on that orders the closure of the Federal International Unity Party chairman Torgbean refutes media reports that he led an array of party executives to forcefully take over the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, says they have gone to deliver a letter from President Abubakar. And in foreign news, Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo says he would not approve the anti-gay bill recently passed by Parliament until the Supreme Court rules on its constitutionality, according to the BBC. Thanks to Olivia Bound for bringing us the news bulletin, the foreign development. To you, our listeners, for your listening role, Johnson Batoma Ible coordinated the sound. Myean Torgbean sat behind the camera. Many thanks to the voice of Mason in Nima County for relaying this broadcast, in Triple FM in Saklapi for also relaying this broadcast for and on behalf of the news team. My name is Hanson Degara, presenter.
You are watching To Pay My Taxes and Fees Easily, brought to you by Orange and LRA.
Alfred, I'm traveling soon, so I need to get my birth certificate. I need to go pay my fees, but it would take too much time.
Alfonso, no worries. Thanks to Orange Money and LRA, there is a convenient way to pay for the fees. It is fast and easy. We can now pay the fees for birth certificate, marriage certificate, travel clearance, fire inspection, and business registration renewal from the comfort of our homes and workplaces.
Really? But tell me, Alfred, how does it work?
First, go to any Orange store, POS, or Orange Money agent to open your Orange Money account and put money in your wallet. The service is available in both USD and Liberian dollars. Then to pay your fees, dial *144# to enter your Orange Money wallet. In your Orange Money wallet, select your currency option, for example, USD. Then select Pay Taxes and Fees. Next, you select Non-Tax Payment. Then select the service you want to pay for. In your case, it's birth certificate. After that, you select option 1 to pay for yourself or option 2 to pay for someone else. If you want to pay for someone else, just enter their name or reference number. Next, enter the amount you want to pay, for example, 15 USD for birth certificate. To confirm your payment, enter your 4-digit Orange Money PIN code. You then receive a pop-up message that says your transaction is successful. After that, you receive an SMS from Orange Money confirming transaction, its ID, amount, biller name, date, time, and new balance. Then, LRA also sends you an SMS confirming the transaction and its ID, amount paid, type of non-tax, date, and time.
That's great. It's fast and easy.
I told you so. With Orange Money and LRA, you can pay your Government of Liberia fees easily.
To Pay My Taxes and Fees Easily, brought to you by Orange and LRA.
Your family members abroad need to send you money? Worry no more. Henceforth, receive your international money transfers from Europe, USA, and South Africa made via Western Union, MoneyGram, and many more directly into your Orange Money account. At Orange Money, we are family.
I would like to fund my account at any time, even here.
Right here, right now.
Here too!
Without moving an inch.
Here would be just perfect.
Henceforth, send money to your Orange Money account from your bank account and vice versa directly from your mobile phone. A simple and fast solution that is always available to ensure a permanent access to your Orange Money services. Anywhere, anytime, send money to your Orange Money account from your bank account from your mobile phone to cash out, to recharge, to transfer, to pay, to buy. To subscribe to this service, go to your bank branch office, partner to the Orange Money service. It's all about what matters to you. Orange.